Deeper, deeper. Further, further. Those are the only thoughts that have occupied my mind to this point. This is the reverse side target, road of a complete opaque domain. Impossible to observe. It is the deepest and most shallow trap ever exists. It is both the closest and afterward, and the furthest. However, it is not my duty either to invade the target world, nor to commence the war for its observation. And my duty is merely to call for them and remain myself. The conditions well met, thanks I will shut down my consciousness and transfer all my authority to myself. Goodbye. I'm adrift. I've been drifting for forever. I will wait at the unknowable sea within the rainbow dream. Hello, miss. Kimba. Nice. Senpai. Senpai. You've been standing in the hall, staring into space for a few minutes now. Is everything okay? Do you have a stomachache? Is the stress of tomorrow's special mission wreaking havoc on your insides? No, nothing like that. Don't worry, I'm fine. Are you sure? That's a relief. Since we enhanced Captain New's Spirit Order in India, you can keep his note Phantasm, Nautilus, the ultimate submarine, in reality indefinitely. And a good thing too, since the ship that can cross an ancient sea of gods will be absolutely crucial for the Atlantic Lost Boat mission we'll be undertaking next. However, while we do need to put the captain's ship through its pace to make sure it's all ready for the coming voyage, there's also a lot of other essential gear and equipment we still have to procure. So since the rest of Chaldea's staff will be working on that, Captain, you, me, and a few servants will be taking the Nautilus out for a test run by ourselves. But don't relax just because it's a test run, it's going to be an intense training exercise covering many scenarios, including the void space dive. I made Mysterious Heroine X Alter second skill 10. Nice. And Dion. Dion has no gender though. Nervous about it, especially since we currently doing exercise without many our usual crew on the bridge. I'm always up for a boat trip with you, Mash. Right, to tell you the truth, I'm excited about it too. The idea of sailing the Void Sea is a little nerve-wracking. But if it means getting to be on the crew of the Captain Nemo famous Nautilus, I'm more happy to do so. Well, speaking of which, have you heard which servants have been selected to go with us yet? Maybe I should add the title. There we go. I say they're genderless though. They could be transgender as well. Speaking of which, have you heard which servants have been selected to go with us yet? Just that they narrow it down to 4. Well, I'm told the final decision was to bring Osaka Bihime, Scout Scotty, and Shang Yu. Yikes, talk about a recipe for chaos. Some of them are really new additions, so I admit I'm a little concerned about how well they would be able to work together. So if there's only 3 of them, does that mean... Yes, that's right, Abby did make it to the final round, but she ultimately decided she wouldn't be a good fit. Trust me, Again's 2 suggestions this time were basically incomprehensible though, so they were difficult to interpret. Still, the vision said the data made it clear that this mission would just be too much for Abby, and she wouldn't be a good fit for the battles we're likely to face. Shane couldn't argue with that, so that she agreed to take Abby off the roster, especially since doing so would also help conserve magical energy. Yeah, Mel's is very good for single target MP. It's too bad Abby was disappointed when they told her she couldn't go. That is a shame, but Da Vinci definitely knows what she's talking about. Anyway, Shion said she was going to pull an all-nighter so she could search all Trimesgate 2 for entropy. But if you're ready to call it a day, senpai, you're more than welcome to turn in. Why do I feel like someone's staring at me? Stare. Speak of the devil. Stare. Hey there, young lady. Master, I'm really a naughty girl. I understand being taken off the mission since it sounds like it would be just too much for me. But I still can't help but want to ride that big metal ship with you. I'll bring you along next time, I promise. Really? Do you mean it? Of course. That's wonderful, but I still won't be able to see you for so long, and I'm really going to miss you. She is really anxious about this, isn't she? Well, hey, Master and Abigail, what are you two doing up this late? I only got her summer version though. I don't even have her on JP either. Oi, what are you doing here? Well, you know how Master sending off that big old metal whale tomorrow, right? So I thought I'd paint him a treasure ship for good luck. But I sure didn't think I'd find a fellow foreigner looking so blue. Say, how about you paint with me? Me? But I couldn't. I'm just a child, and you're a famous. Don't you worry about that. Ain't nothing quite like a picture painted by a kiddo. Besides, collaboration can be a blast too. Now go get your pesto and let's make some art. Well, that sounds like fun. Are you sure? Can I, Master? Nice, you got MP5. A treasure ship, huh? This would let me make a wonderful good luck charm for you, Master. Hey Master, sorry to ask you this right before your big practice voyage, but do you think you could stay up with us for a while? Of course, you're really good with kids, aren't you? Well, that's the load off my shoulders. Hearing you say that, but hey, it's no biggie. Me and Toto-sama are just big old kids at heart anyway. Besides, this portion of class, we are on a whole nother level, right? I mean, we're supposed to be a threat to all humanity, right? So if one of us portraits isn't bind, the best thing we can do is help each other out. Anyway, now that's settled, let's get going. Oh, and if you get bored, you can always take a gander at the picture scrolls I painted myself. At the ones you made? Kiara. Yeah, one key quartz always helps. But what's sad was prototype Merlin cost 1k and she rarely even came to me, which is very sad. Am I late? Morning, Yuki. Looks like you're right on time. Well, technically you were about late 0.008 seconds, but be nice and let that slide. Now go on, get on board. Cutting it awfully close. Aren't we, Yuki? Did you even make time for breakfast this morning? Ready now, any master worth their salt would have arrived at least 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Seems that means you got a ways to go before you can call yourself a fully fledged master. Remember, you should be graceful and diligent in all matters. That's all well and good, Kordov, but if I am not mistaken, I believe I saw you at the dock over an hour before departure. Your arriving late may be bad, but it is not also a problem to be too early. God, you saw me here, Shion. I mean, I was just taking a walk, that's all. Yes, that's it, a little constitutional. It certainly had nothing to do with any concern I have regarding the successful completion of the Nautilus test run. Nope. Anyway, listen well, Yuki. The success of this test run will be the clearest indicator of whether we are actually able to infiltrate the Atlantic Lost Belt. Nice, Scotty. Distracted by thoughts. Oh boy, this Nautilus is so much fun to ride. Oh man, submarines are so cool. And then you maintain your focus at all times to ensure the mission success. You certainly haven't made it this far by neglecting your responsibility, correct? Then you must continue in that responsible vein, in which includes punctuality, until you made it back safely, that is all. Sir, yes sir. Thank you for that masterful display of leadership, Gordov. I especially appreciate your knack at brevity. If you had gone any longer, I would have had to remind you that further remarks, inspiring though they may be, would only end up delaying the operation commencement. It seems like I need to worry about that today. Haven't I already told you I had enough of you, mean spirit interjection? Maybe a devote, but I'm also a staunch pacifist. Oh, cool. Weaver. The fact you're all exchanging such witty banter this early in the morning just goes to show what seasoned veterans you Chaldeans truly are. If you're able to be so particular under these circumstances, then it seems that clear you do not need any advice from me. Yeah, we haven't had known each other all that long, but we still managed to overcome all sorts of hardship together. I see. So you have shared good times and hard times alike. I suppose that is what comes from being stuck in the same boat, pun intended. But of course, that is also exactly why this training exercise is necessary. After all, as newcomers, neither Captain nor myself are at a point where we can joke with all of you as you are able with one another. This trial run is an important mission to test the Nautilus' performance and limitations. But its secondary purpose is for Yuki and Captain to get to know and trust each other better. It is my hope they will end up with just as strong as a relationship as all of you, if not more so. Well, if nothing else, I can tell you there is at least one idiot among our crew who already trusts Captain more than the rest of us. At any rate, Captain may be reticent, cold, and more likely to oil his gun than join a conversation. But given that he and Yuki will be working together to test the Nautilus' plot speed and cornering capabilities, they simply won't be able to avoid becoming better friends. Trust me, I went through the same thing with my navigator back in the Sapphire Rally. He didn't end up cancelling on me at the last minute, though I never did find out why. Well, that's pretty cool. With a ticket. Well, it seems to me like Lucas is already pretty fond of Captain, so I'm sure this training exercise will go great. Oh, then you do not find him off-putting, Yuki. I guess you really are a seasoned veteran master. I must say I'm a little jealous. Let's not forget Captain is still my servant. Oh, I'm surprised to hear you of all people to admit to jealousy, Miss Shion. I do hope the all-nighter you pulled wasn't too arduous. Oh no, I do not mind working all night. I am just a little concerned about the choice of servant companions. I simply cannot figure out why Transmigate 2 decided they were the best fit for this mission. Or just to be sure, are you quite certain we can trust this machine analyst? Oh, I'm not worried about that. I do not have to understand the equation to have faith in the results. Besides, if we were to have Transmigate 2 write up its reasoning in a report, it would take us over half a year simply to decipher it. So no, my concerns are not about Transmigate 2, but about the environment in which such servants will be necessary. For example, what sort of environment would lead to Abigail Williams being recommended to addition to the crew? Was removing her from the roster ultimately the correct choice? Those are the sort of things I wouldn't worry about. I can see your point, but since we can only afford to have free servants come along, including her wasn't really an option. Anyway, we should probably start getting ready for the next operation. It'll be a little while until we are done, so spend this time as you see fit. Alright, I think I said everything I want to say for now. You're lucky we only have so much time until launch. I'm sorry, be more careful next time in the future. I understand that as master, caring for the younger servants is an important part of your duties. But that's no excuse for tiredness in the mission we're about to undertake. Punctuality is the most important. There's no way to save a sailor who missed the boat after all. So while you're on my ship, make damn sure you're on time for everything from now on. Is that clear? Aye aye, oh captain, my captain. My captain. Never mind, just get to your post, acting commander. It's still about an hour early for you to call me that. Consider a little payback. Okay man, stop clinging to Yuki. Look at Remora and get to your post. I'm sorry. Captain, I was just reflecting on my failures to ensure Master got enough rest last night. It won't happen again. How about the other passengers? Are you all ready to set sail? I am, as I have no authority over the sea. I'm happy to follow this child's sea god instructions. Indeed, I am looking forward to being treated as just another passenger. No, I'm not ready, but if Ma-chan wants me here, then I'm gonna do my princess's best to be like my usual Hiko self, in a submarine. Huh? Are you nervous about this, Shang-Yu? No, I'm still operating within standard parameters. I was thinking about my beloved and how she thrashed about on the floor in a tantrum when her favorite requests to accompany me on this mission were denied. That was definitely a thing that happened, wasn't it? Rest assured that I am perfectly able to carry out my primary directives, Master. Captain and I suggest we embark on our voyage without delay. Excellent, then let's get going. This is the assault submarine, Atlas. Shion, report your final assessment of the ship pressure resistance. This Shion, Nova Caldea, the hull is in perfect shape, of course. So how are you feeling now, Captain? Would you say that my promise to provide a ship worthy of you has been fulfilled? Yeah, it has. Thank you, Shion of Nova Caldea. I have not made a single complaint about the ship. It's got the same amount of tension as the right whale whisker, perfectly balanced. And so I believe we're ready to set sail, that is all. Ooh, it is good to see you in high spirits, Captain. I'm also very glad that I was finally able to keep my promise. Alright then, I wish you an excellent maiden voyage. Do not worry about anything here while you're gone. I have your room locked up as tight as a clam. Yuki, I'm counting on you to take care of Captain for me while you're out in void space. While we will be unable to provide support this time, we will be rooting for you to have an experience that is truly out of this world. I'll do my best. Open the vents, commence standard dive. That was pretty long though. Support only. First door's down. One more door left.
なんだと命令となささやかな
その通り見えた、我は覇王にあらずただ歴史を開くための時の歯車ゆえに離れば蹴散らすのみぞ。その破滅必須になる。やりすぎいな、これは必要な処置だった。
How's everyone doing? Damn, no wonder Shang Yu used to be hegemon king of the Western Chu, and with me and the gods backing up his OP Nova Phantasm, I don't think anyone can touch him. Between the gods buffing him, and with her powerful rune magicraft and me filling up the gaps, I'd say we got a pretty killer team comp. I'm not so sure, such a diverse makeup can easily lead to one becoming the proverbial jack of all trades. Master or none, is there anything we can do to improve your no phantom's turnover rate, Osaka B? As a berserker, Shang Yu requires precision support to keep fighting at his peak, so I expect you will need to vary your approach in battle until you find what works. Ouch, direct and accurate constructive criticism. Okay, I'll do my gambanas. So Lord Shang Yu, how did you like my no phantasm? If you like, I will be more than happy to let you and your beloved tour Himeji Castle sometime. If we have reached the end of our training exercise, I would like to request a 10-minute break. Perhaps he did not care for your calling him Hegemon King Osaka-be. Also, your castle defense and you no phantasm are a poor match. Really, do not fit together at all. No, my plan to integrate myself with him. I don't think you did anything wrong, Batty. There's something off about Shang Yu today. Do you think so? Truth to be told, I still have trouble making sense of the expression of a middleman. Sniff. Well, we say so, Ma-chan. You're probably right. While Shang Yu is clearly cut above most berserker, I nonetheless cannot tell what he truly thinks, as I never encounter his like in Scandinavia. I will therefore be relying on your judgment even more than usual, Yuki. And I guess we might as well take a break too, plus, when we're done, it'll be perfect time for an incident. Good point. Great job, Master! I saw the whole simulation from here, in the cockpit. And everyone's teamwork was impeccable. Now we just relax and wait. Right, this next phase will require even more caution than usual. We're going to simulate encountering an unexpected hostile marine force during a shallow water dive, and practice making an emergency dive to the void space to evade it. What's more, we'll be doing so entirely on our own. At this point, everyone back at Wandering Sea, Chaldea Base is still able to observe us. Once we make the dive into void space, we'll be completely cut off from then. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I know we'll do our best to handle anything that comes our way. On that note, I think I'll go over the navigation manual again, just to be sure. Please go ahead and relax, senpai. Phew! Buzzing around. Shang Yu fitting with some instruments. And now he's gone. Bustling around. No, never mind. Now he's bringing in a wooden crate. And he just left it there. Bustling around. Now he's got an inkstone and a brush. And he's scribbling something on the wall. See, even 4 hands are not enough to handle everything that must be done. I'm not gonna stop you, but I do have to ask what you're doing. Unfortunately, I have neither the time nor the processing power to explain at the moment. I don't like the sound of that, but okay, I trust you. Okay, Master, now if you excuse me. And just like that, he's gone. I wonder what those scribbles or symbols he wrote on the wall mean. Well, knowing Shang Yu, I'm sure it has something to do with his prognostic abilities. It's actually maybe seem bizarre now, but in time we'll find out there were good reasons for them, right? I think so. What's wrong with that berserker? The moment I take off my eyes off him, he's scurrying around like some kind of oversized spider crab and messing up my ship. If we weren't about to undertake an operation, I have him swapping the deck all day. Sorry about that, Captain. Ahem. I'm sorry, I'm usually much better at keeping my cool than that. Don't worry, I always make sure I know who my passengers are before they board. I understand that Shang Yu is actually much more intelligent than he looks. I do, but having a berserker walking about doing whatever he pleases in my delicate shape still really gets on my nerves. And I mean that in a literal sense. Since this nihilist is actually a part of me, just keep that in mind if you would. I will, don't worry. Oh, isn't it about time? So it is, then let's get this emergency underway. Training alert, science on the line. Hostile Marine Force detect 090, all sensors detect an A-class combat threat. Commencing emergency zero sail evasive maneuver. I repeat, commencing emergency zero sail evasive maneuver. We expect to emerge from the void space in 12 hours. Do you read me, Nova Kalia? It's Xian and Nova Kalia reading you. Loud and clear. Good luck, Nautilus. And transition. Nautilus personnel, get to your emergency stations to prepare for zero sail. All compartments brace for turbulence. You got boss, expand Nautilus, pressure hull, shockwave resistance theory. Removing systems, purification for reliable space. Time to go floating together. I think I'm finally starting to get nervous. Here you go, Nautilus. Go ahead, void space, dive zero sail, unfurl. Looks like the zero sale went off without hitch. Especially glad to see Neo in good shape. Dew has made him about 30% more fired up than usual. Dew has made him about 30% more. Oh no, a freaking crash. What happened? Why did my OBS crash? That really sucks. Okay, it's back up now. And check on YouTube side though. Okay, it's fine. So I need a backlog. That said, once this is over, I would like to go on a boating trip. But I would want to go before the bleach of Earth phenomenon is resolved, since that would truly be going where no humans have gone before. Oh ho, an adventure with none other than Captain Nemo himself. Sounds truly delightful. Will you perchance have aid of a great detective among your crews, Miss Shion? Don't you dare. This matter is solely between master and servant. Our only place is to send him off with a smile. Where did this fortuner come from? And why does she looks like the one I saw during the strangest Hawaii vacation of my life? Me? I canceled the site gig. I mean, personal matter to answer master's summon. But since now it looks like I won't be needed at all, I plan to draw on my sorrows by spending this vacation diving into a sea under the dock. Huh? Why aren't you Resident Genius saying anything? Don't tell me I'm the one who has pointed out the ridiculousness of this so-called plan. Oh well, Miss XX, there's something of a special case. Let's see, how can I put this? It's like she's her own contextual singularity, impossible to analyze with anything approaching seriousness. Even attempting to do so just instantly devolves into a farce. Agree on all accounts, Commander, plus as a fortuner, things like the logical and reason to have hold on her. I see, now I understand. Reed no longer care. Oh, but just to be clear, Captain, it's not subservient to me. He and I are equals. Oh, really? Because I thought I heard you say you were jealous of Yuki for getting along with him so well. Only in the sense that I wish Captain and I could have a traditional master and servant relationship. To be honest, I did not summon him for a contract with him so much as to let the feminine spirit of Nemo materialize. So the Captain decided that Chaldeans are worth entrusting with the fate of humanity, then I am not at all surprised that he also decided to switch teams, so to speak. On that side, what is it you are doing here anyway? You do know there is no space-time distorting singularity active here, do you not? Oh, go on, Shion, that's no fair. You make it sound like I never show up unless there is a singularity to be solved. No, I'm just here for the same reason I always am, because I sense it'd be my turn soon. Hey Shion, just to make absolutely sure, you're certain there's nothing off about this mission, right? Well... what are you so concerned about, Da Vinci? All the conditions for this test run were perfect. Everything from passenger status verification to that cargo transport went off without a hitch. Cheerfully dull, the very concept of an incident taking place utterly unthinkable. Now that our technologies for navigating is stable, I dare say there's no safer course in all of creation. Now that our technologies for navigating is stable, I dare say there is no safer course in all creation. In fact, I'll go so far to say that this training exercise is completely safe in every regard. Yeah, exactly, I could tell as much as from the dashing figure Yuki as he headed off the mission. Yeah, exactly, I could tell as much from the dashing figure Yuki cut as he headed off on the mission. Trust me, every bone in this space called body is telling me test run's gonna go perfectly. Now, excuse me, I'm off some soul diving. Be back by dinner. Hmm? Cautious even this far, it wouldn't hurt to making double extra just in case. I admit, I do feel like Black Cat just crossed my path as I shattered a mirror while walking under a ladder, but... a heroic spirit who inscribed the throne of heroes, intuition alone. Oops, sorry about that. Tremis 2 has just finished his analysis. I admit the timing is. Guys, Holmes especially, you may want to sit down for this. Oh, please enlighten us, Miss Shion. What did our beloved spiritual calculation engine have to say? It would seem this is all a dream. Huh? Why did I dislike what's spent? I had to use the grid. Sometimes it's very annoying. Looks like the dive was a success. Of course it was. I'm not about to let Da Vinci outdo me at my own ship. As promised, it's time to have some fun. Great, I'll go ahead and switch gears. Today at 13:30, Thanatos encountered a hostile force. We proceeded to undertake evasive action in the form of zero sail, thereby losing contact with Chaldea. Therefore, in accordance with the procedure for a Code 4 incident, Thanatos is now operating independently. During this time, Emergency Master Yuki will be serving as the acting commander. And I Match Q-Light will serve as the acting vice commander. In accordance with the regulations, we have assumed command of Nahus and the ejection Nemo. This Nemo, as the captain of this vessel, approve of change in command. You're now officially the commander, Yuki. That said, the ship's captains retain sole authority over the ship's operations. If the captain were to order someone to get off the ship, that person would have to obey, even if they were the admiral of the ship's entire fleet. So while I certainly respect your orders as much as possible, I'm also going to do everything I can to keep my ship safe. Is that clear? If you issue too much strange or pointless orders, you're going to see me very, very angry. I'll do my best. Don't worry, as long as you do your job right, I play along as willingly as a crowfish. Now moving on, this is going to sever my link to the Wandering Sea for a while, just like we planned it. That means I'm also going to lose my connection to Shion, effectively making me a rogue servant. I should be able to stick around or learn longer than an average servant thanks to my direct link to the ship magical reactor. I'll be still at risk of disappearing if I run out of magical energy. So if something happens to me, it'll be on your responsibility to get everyone back to the surface, or space that is. So since we already agreed on this and everything, I guess we should form a temporary contract. Got it. All part of the mission, right? That was pretty different than it was with Shion. It must feel like I got a fish hook stuck in my gullet. Anyway, this makes us officially master and servant, though only temporary. Maybe this will be a good time to properly introduce you to all of us. Then again, you met everyone at the launch ceremony. We can skip that if you like. Yeah, why not? Okay, got it, everyone. Gather around. This will be also a good time to introduce you to all the passengers. Man, no matter how many times I see them all, it's a really breathtaking number of people, isn't it, senpai? Well. Now I waka understand. Let me introduce you everyone again. This here crew is the very lifeblood of the Nautilus. I call them the Nemo series. Let's start with the Nemo Marines. They steer the ship and man the radar for this voyage. I got 12 of them in constant rotation. Hi everyone, hi Master. We're doing our very best, so please don't be mad if we mess up. Got it. Next we got the Nemo nurse. She runs the medical bay, and she's an old hand when it comes to treating injuries. Hello, I'm both a nurse and a doctor, and I sincerely hope I won't be needed at all. But if I am, rest assured that my medicine skills are all ranked A, so please don't hesitate to come see me should you get hurt. I feel better anyway, really. Next, usually we have Nemo Baker, but she won't be joining us for this mission since the border doesn't have enough space for a full kitchen. Don't worry, Master, to make up for that, she freeze-dried vacuum packed some yummy meals in case you get hungry. We also got a nice selection of drinks. If you care for one, and if you adult servants would care for a cocktail, just let me know and I'll make you one. I'm just grateful if there's anything to eat at all. Next we have Nemo Professor, the most eccentric of the bunch. Even I don't understand how she be so laid back all the time, but I've given her as much of my brain power as I can afford to allocate. She will have numerous important roles to fulfill during this exercise, including research and strategy development. It's hell, I'm Nemo Professor, the one who's so laid back as to apparently not to merit particular enthusiastic introduction. You actually already heard me on PA system earlier, so feel free to say hi if you see me around. I don't mind a little elbow rubbing either. I'm manning the computer room on this mission, but I'm not as good at steering this ship as Da Vinci, so don't expect me to pull off any crazy maneuver or anything. Got it. And finally we got Nemo Engineer. She's in charge of the engine room, which is almost literally the beating heart of the ship. She has many responsibilities on the ship as I do, so you think her of a shadow captain of sort. Be careful about giving any orders. That'll strain the ship, that'll make Engineer angry, and you won't like her when she's angry. The hell you're talking about, cat bastard? Here I'll make it a real simple overloading my ship is evil. Let me give you a word of warning too. Temporary Master, the only way you and pals are gonna enjoy your fancy skimming boat if the engine is running around smooth as butter. Also, it gets crazy hot in the engine room, so don't forget to send down water or some ice cream that won't melt too quickly on the regular. Remember, you pissed me off and the Nautilus is done for. You're so cool. I see. Well, yeah, I guess I'm pretty cool. Well, me and the engineers in general. You're kind of weirdo, aren't you, Temporary Master? True, Yuki's appetite for adventure is a little bigger than I was expecting. Anyway, between the 12 Marines, Engineer, Professor Nurse, and me, we have 16 crews member altogether. And that's the Nemo series lineup who will be manning the ship for a training exercise today. They were the heart, brains, and blood of the Nautilus, keeping it running smoothly at all hours of day. The better you can get along with them, the more homey this ship will be. Can't wait to get to know you all better. Okay, dismiss. All hands return to your stations. Hey Captain, those sailors aren't familiar or anything like that, right? Given how you just talked about them, I'm guessing they're clones. Did you partition your mind and give one partition to each individual personality or something? I can't go into details too much since I'm using Shion's mission technique, but you're essentially correct. Technically speaking, they are still me. I just divided the work involved running a ship among them to avoid confusion and ensure there will always be enough hands to go around. Since the bare minimum required for them to act autonomously, except for the Marines, they all have basically the same personality. You can think of them as one person sharing 12 bodies. I also gave each series their own private memory space, so we really are equals in sense of the word. The only hierarchy we adhere is to 1 required for any chain command function. Whoa, I know you're not making a big deal about it, but man, the Atlas Institute really is sugoi. I tried something similar with my origami once, but I broke my brain pretty much right away. Anyway, now that formalities are out of the way, it's time to get to work. The first job as acting commander will be to see each other part of Atlas in action for yourself. After that, I put together a training program for you that will brief you the process of merging into reality space. Finally, your practice undersea warfare. In a simulator, I'll be joining you for that part. I know it's a lot to get through, but once you do, there will be a delicious dinner awaiting you. I'll do my best. This is what I like to hear. Alright, no time to like the present too. Report what's going on. You rang? Huh? There's an alarm going off. Sorry, but that was taking a break since we can't use sonar in the voice space, so it wasn't me. Maybe the professor did it. Professor? That wasn't me either. I'm guessing it might have been the bridge. Maybe you should check the admin console there. Oh, that's weird. The sonar we use in real space is active. Hold up, do you say sonar? As in echolocation? I'm a resident bat expert, so doesn't that mean you have to start telling us we're about to run aground? Yeah, I knew it. Come on, Captain. What are you waiting for? Don't we gotta be all evasive starboard or something? It's okay, Osaka Hime. We're in the void space. Remember, there's no ground here. Ugh. I've never been able to wrap my heads around this metamagecraft stuff, especially when it comes to void and reality space. Unlike my Norse mythology theosophic worldview, other religions tend to think of the early stage of existence as preliminary chaos. Good, evil, and so on, thereby harboring limitless possibilities. Good, evil, and so on, thereby harboring limitless possibilities. In one sense, void space is similar in that it too possesses untold possibilities. Unlike primary room chaos, which accomplishes this by mixing everything together at once, I believe void space does so by being unobservable. Let's say this is the reverse side. A world, a complete opaque domain where not even such laws of physics can be glimpsed. As a result, there's no possibility here that cannot be assumed to exist in some form. Hang on, did you say unobservable? An insight question. The truth is, we are not actually seeing this rainbow-colored vortex, at least in true sense of the word. Under normal circumstances, the reality we belong to and the void of this domain cannot interact. While we are able to see this void, thanks to the zero-scale engineering, it cannot overcome the insurmountable gap that still lies between us. This are only able to experience the false impression of the void, making this rainbow sight no more than a hallucination. As a matter of fact, you and I are not even seeing the same rainbow when we look out the rainbow. As a matter of fact, you and I conversely, if there were any beings called void space home, there would be no doubt unable to observe our world as it clearly truly is either. And void space will remain fundamentally incompatible and able to interact with each other. I see, rather I don't see, huh? Very well, my people, listen closely. According to God explanations, it's impossible for us to see or touch anything that belongs to the observable domain. Therefore, it should be impossible for us to detect any manner of obstacle here. None will be constructed by one in any real sense. I believe our captain here already said as much. While there are technically some shock waves on the mere real plane of existence that could directly be obstructions, we already calculated a way around them. Caused by the berserker messing with things he shouldn't. Come to think of it, Shang Yu wasn't around for the Neo series introduction either. I swear, what could he be thinking? Here's the steam captain. Are you actually here, Shang Yu? Apologize for my absence and for the insufficient explanation I'm about to give you. Everyone, cover your ears. What? My ears. What's up he up to this time? Alright, senpai. Can't hear what anyone's saying, but I think I can guess. Huh? Now Shang Yu is taking a bundle of bamboo. Hold on, no wait, it's a brush. He's drawing something with incredible speed, all while continuing to shout at the top of his lung. There's something more I can do. Here, master, take this. Okay. As my body will be quite unsuited for this upcoming battle, I ought to take numerous advanced measures to prepare for it. My apologies once again for doing so with neither permission nor explanation. I implore you to hit the brakes and open the box. In the meantime, I will sleep until I need it once again, so that I may be better conserve energy. Good luck, master. I'm not sure I can recall Shang Yu ever saying anything like good luck before senpai. Guys, I think we should stop the ship. We're not listening earlier, master. There are no obstacles in the void space, none. Everyone in Neo series agrees that this is just an equipment malfunction. The only way we were worried about is you letting that berserker jerk you around. Being so, I'd like you to stop the ship. Alright, but only because you're the commander now. Engine room, full reverse, emergency stop. Emergency stop, where there ain't a damn thing in the way. Fine, Triton wheel, reverse. Roger that. It's gonna be a little bumpy, so you may all want to hang on to the... It's gonna be a little bumpy, so you may all want to hang on to the... What? No. Now what? Captain, is stopping on a submarine usually this violent? No, I don't know, but we've run aground. Hang in there, everyone. New mysterious damage report ASAP. Engine room here. That impact knocked a few of us out. Damn it, what idiot put a reef in the void seal? Infirmary here, all my equipment is still working fine, so let me know if we have any casualties. Observation room here. We got a huge crack in the outer shell, and we're taking on water rainbow. For what? Computer room here, things aren't looking great. A rubber hit has pierced the hole and lodged itself inside. Whatever we hit has pierced the hole and lodged itself inside. Also, I'm trapped in under some equipment that got knocked over. What? What the? How's the void flooding in here? That shouldn't be possible. Impossible then our observation. The void is converging. Professor, what's going to happen if we don't do something to stop the flood? Give it to me as simple as you can. Simply, we'll all be wiped out. Out. Woo. Abandon lower compartments. 4 through 6. All hands, I want all bulkheads to abandon compartments. Ready to shut erect in observation to starting bounded field as soon as they're done. Whoa, 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 hold on. Some mental damage from the fear and pain they'll experience, but by my command seal, both of you, get up here now. Whoa, whoa, I'm safe. Yay, I'm still alive. I might have peed myself a little. Please don't hold it against me. Alright, now it's just because you can restore them with Null's magical record doesn't mean you should be quick to use command spells. I'm not gonna just let you or any of the neighbors there can stop it. I see, that explains a lot. Actually, thank you, Acting Commander, no master. What's that, Captain? Why was I drowning in rainbows of all things? Also, I think I was starting to lose my mind while that was happening. That shouldn't be possible, but the only explanation that makes sense is that void space is somehow observable now. What do you mean? Like that goddess lady said earlier, under normal circumstances, there shouldn't be any possible way for us to properly observe the void. If you ask 100 people to describe what they saw, you get 100 different answers, none of which you'll be able to verify in any way. So void entities always maintain their unobservability, making it absolutely impossible for reality to void to interact. At least that's how it's supposed to be, but if something or someone changed void space in a way so that everyone could observe it saw the exact same rainbow vortex, then both reality and void would each be able to observe each other. And that would cause those of us from reality in this world of void to start bugging out. Bugging out. Listen. Every human sense and ability to process information we deploy develop over 1,000 years. That is our sense and even our connections to the world. That is our sense, and even our connections to the world will go haywire. Do you think you can put up it any simpler? Okay, fine. Either we go completely mad, or the world around us does. More specifically, our perception of the world, or perhaps the world itself, would become twisted beyond recognition, proving which of the two was being affected would be impossible, but either way, the result is the same total analyzation. So to say, we can no longer look at any light coming in from outside. We can't afford to touch it, and we definitely can't let it flood the ship. As of this point, we can no longer count on void space observability to keep us safe. The world outside pressure hole in our bounded field is now just as deadly and hostile as the deep sea. Just whoa, I had no idea void space was so scary. Of course it is. Any kind of completely observable domain you can imagine was never going to be anything less than stuff polygon nightmares. Even so, it is supposed to be the safest sea in the world. Only because I thought we wouldn't have to worry about reefs, the Bane, submarine crews everywhere. Well, so much for that, damn it. I knew we should have at least finished developing the ship's defensive barriers. Rich here, we finished setting off the bulkheads, and the ship comes to a complete stop. The rest is up to you. Right, first of all, we need to prepare for a low-speed emergence. Oh, come on, 90 the hell is it now? Clubs in white, eye-shocked. No way, are we on attack? Wish your acting vice commander, incoming attack to your port side. Pressure hole. Bearing 323, the barrage looks to be about strong as sea no phantasm. I see rank no phantasm. That puts it the same league as more Negan Mukutz or Kentucky Gwen Spark. That's bad, I'm guessing. Of course it's bad, I mean, we're okay for the moment, but an attack in void space, what could possibly be attacking us? Never mind how things are supposed to work here. I know, but we don't have any means of fighting back. When we sealed off the lower deck, we also lost our entire stock of torpedoes. And even if we haven't, how are we supposed to fire them in the void space? We never dreamed of combat here was even possible, let alone that we'd be forced to engage in it. Master, wait, I just remember. Didn't Shang-Yu also tell you to open box? That's it. Match his swimsuit. What? What are my outfits doing here? Wait, Master, look, there's also a note with some familiar looking handwriting inside. Hello, senpai. You just can't help getting into trouble, can you? Well, lucky for you, your considerate Kibo Kohai foresaw such an occasion and decided to send you a little secret weapon to help you out of it. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make more than one since your oversized mega friend Shang-Yu sprung the order on me at the 11th hour. Hey, do me a favor and tell him to give me a heads up about these things ahead of time next time, okay? In the meantime, I really want to be able to deny any involvement in this latest incident. So I'll be off on the far side of the moon, shoring up my alibi. Good luck. We're truly BB. It's a gift from the Moon Demon. Huh? You want me to change into this swimsuit here? Don't worry, I'll have you change Flash and put a light curtain for privacy. I can't say I'm entirely okay with this, but there, I'm all changed, Master, although I still see why I... Ash. The sea. The sea is calling to me. Captain, permission to use the ship airlock. You don't mean... I do. I don't know what BB did to the swimsuit, but I think I can move about in the sea just like any other now. So go on and fend the text myself. Don't worry, I'm not a shooter for nothing. So Matt's just gonna solo this.
水着姿ですが、いつも通り。いえ、いつも以上にカッティングスプレー。シューッと。よーし、お城。よいしょっと。神明、凍結展開。これは多くの道、多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。こうせよ、モールだ。ドッカーン、ごめんなさい。大体活動的に。まっすぐですね。ドッカーン、ごめんなさい。大体活動的に。いいですよ。ドッカーン、ごめんなさい。大体活動的に。ご安心ください。夏のキリエライトはパワフルです。
Thank goodness we made it through that. I do have things I'd like to say about my Forces swimsuit change, but that can wait until later. For now, I can at least say that this outfit BB gave us works extremely well. Not only does it let me perceive weird space as easy as I can in reality space, it even feels like boosting my physical capabilities. As said, I still wasn't able to get a visual on the enemies attacking us. All I could do was flail around at random and use my no phantasm. That's way better than nothing. I don't even want to think about what might have happened if we hadn't had that. Then Shangyu and our ally from the moon must have foreseen this predicament in far greater details than we imagined. It's okay to rest a little longer if you need to, Scotty. Very well, I think I will rest a bit longer then. Worry not, I'm still listening, yes. Shangyu seems like he would like to know what's going on, but he's shut himself inside his room and isn't responding to any of our questions. The only thing he said before entering sleep mode was that he was doing so to conserve energy. Yeah, it looks like he was right about everything. Those sections we abandoned contain our computers, navigational equipment, torpedoes, food, and most of our magical energy resources. With all of them gone, the Nautilus will only be operational for about 150 more hours. Shangyu must have known that maintaining servants' materialization constantly consumes a small amount of magical energy and taken what measures he could to make up for that. I just wish he'd given us a hint about what's going to happen. He must have been so focused on his calculation that he couldn't spare that time. Anyway, the fact remains, if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be here now. I can't believe I ever doubted you, General Shangyu. General Shangyu, huh? When you realize you've been wrong, you admit it as soon as possible. That is the law of life at sea. Not that it's gonna make up for my idiocy now, so... Oh no, the neighbors are all depressed. If you're still that optimistic about our situation, Acting Commander, maybe I need to revisit just how bad things are right now for you. Our ship has run. Our ship has run aground on a void reef, ridiculous as that sound, and now we're stranded. We can still move, but only just one more. We can only use our legs, so to speak, since our sonar and torpedoes are all gone. To keep the body metaphor going, we lost our eyes, our ears, and our arms, though I suppose we can at least blindly stumble about. And if that's bad enough, we also been attacked by a mysterious enemy with attacks as strong as no mid-range no offensive, so now we need to evade this enemy and the reef without nearly enough in the way of the food or fuel. We were left with two rather unappealing. Just a minute. We're left with two rather unappealing options. Wait here to die or run around blindly until we die. So forgive me if we're not exactly bursting with enthusiasm. I get that you were an evil, but it's going to be okay. Captain, the acting commander is fully aware that our current situation is dire. But we found ourselves seemingly hopeless situation before, and we always managed to pull through. Wasn't for Kelly's staff the experience and the people we met on our travels. Wasn't for Kelly's staff the experience and the people we met on our travels. Even here, we already received help from the moon, despite being cut off from Korea. So remember, we're not the only ones here. There's also you, the newest here, Osaka Hime, Scout Scotty, so to say, we're far from alone. Yeah, I know, I was kind of freaking out earlier, but with things this yet by, I'm ready to do my part. I want you to know, I suppose I can no longer simply lie down on the job. It's time to I got serious. You're right, I shouldn't have been so quick to succumb to fatalism. Alright then, Mash and Yuki, let's look for the silver lining in these dark clouds. Well, first off, there's this bamboo scroll showing you that's for us. I think is what people in ancient China used to take notes. At any rate, it contains an incredibly detailed diagram, so it looks like a navigation note chart. Say, I just had a thought, maybe that super loud yelling was actually him doing some kind of equalization scan. Let me see, if you're right about what this is, it looks like there's a pretty interoceanic trench here. In fact, it kind of looks like a maze. Looks like there's a pretty interoceanic trench here. In fact, it kind of looks like a maze. The chart even shows our current locations, the road we should take, and a mark indicating what appears to be our destination. Maybe this could help us escape. As if he hadn't already helped us enough, then again, I suppose I should expect no less from him. Still, this only makes the loss of our sonar and torpedoes all the more painful. It would be one thing if they were all repairable, but with them gone completely well. Unfortunately, we also don't have any of the engineering know or health facilities we would need to make new advanced electric spiritron equipment from the machinery we have on hand. So, Commander, what do you think we should do next? Find someone to help us, or either locally or via assembly? I see no way to be dubious about the prospect of finding anyone in the void space, let alone someone who could help us. Since we already run into reefs and enemies here, it seems clear that the usual rules no longer apply. As for the summoning option, we will need to be very careful we take that route. Like I said before, it costs energy to keep a servant materialize. Honestly, keeping too many servants would be extremely risky even if the ships were perfect in condition. Not to mention, there might be a circumstance where we need to shut off magical reactors. But we also can't deny that having someone here help us make a new version of the lost equipments would improve our situation dramatically. It's also one strategy we can actively pursue given the current circumstance, so that alone may make it worth trying. And to run the numbers with Shang Yu sleeping, we should have enough energy to keep another servants around, no problem. I guess that settles it, then. In that case, Yuki, I have something important to tell you, and a suggestion to make. Remember, we're not in Lost Boat or Singularity. Void space or not, we're still in the Wandering Sea, which means we're also on Kaudea's Big Promise. While we may have suffered significant damage, we still have magical reactors and a servant handling computer duties. That makes this ship something of Kaudea branch office, which means you can use the spirit origin graph for the summon. So then I can call on either Kaudean servant or one I formed connection with before. That's right, that means we can summon servant we know we can trust, and who has the skills we need. Performing additional summoning during an analysis voyage would normally be unaffectable, but in that case I think it's an acceptable risk. That is also why we need to be extremely careful about who we choose to summon, so my suggestion is to let Persephone make that choice. My suggestion is temporarily activating the personal selection routine, shown implanted in my mind to arrive at the best possible choice. The flip side of this approach is that I let us almost completely eliminate any risk of our making a mistake in choosing the wrong servant. The downside is, well, I never run this protocol before, so I'm more than a little nervous. Oh, and also, Shion's routine has been known to make some incomprehensible personal choice before. As I'm sure you've seen for yourself, Master. The Gabby. Right, so General Shang Yu exploits here proven there are ultimately good reasons behind those choices. So what do you think, Yuki? I'll let Nemo Professor handle the selection. Alright, I don't see any reason to refuse, so as the captain I officially endorse this plan to summon help. Let's do it. Right, senpai. All this classic note is that How? I heard someone summoning and thought I tried answering. I'm Yu, a Fortuner. Do I know you? You? Huh? Have I actually met her before? If I may, senpai, I don't believe we noticed your spirit. Are you a core musician? Does anyone here recognize her? Judging from her clothing and her choice of greeting, she seems to be her experience from somewhere in proper history Asia. But never mind that. What happened to summoning Kaudean servant, Professor? Yeah, it is weird. Give me a second while I check the logs. It looks like the personal selection routine ran into an error while I was searching for aptitude and failed to use the Spirit Origin graph to narrow down the possible summons. That caused the Heroic Spirit control program to glitch out, so it ended up summoning a Heroic Spirit from the usual throne instead. I suppose this amplifies how important it is to test things like this ahead of time. Lesson learned. So we had a summoning accident. Damn it, our own hope down the drain. No, not yet. I refuse to give up just yet. You must be an accomplished Heroic Spirit, right? Will you please tell us your true name and your special skills? You guys seems like you're a pretty tight spot, but my true name right off the bat, I don't know. So I can totally tell what? This genuine nobody in England's shining fruit, even as she attempts to hide it behind a friendly demeanor. I call it PDF, Princess Dominion Force, for short. As a point comparison, I have a PDF level 2 and hers must be at least 346,000. Oh crap, Batty's broken. Even Chaldea, which is its own Jigoku hell thanks to all the hype PDF princess running around there. The only other one with a PDF level and 6-digit is Lady Cleopatra. So this beautiful lady from China, within the PDF to Bravo 1, with the greatest empress of all time, can only be... yes, I guess you're right. My true name is Yang Yuhan, so I usually go by my nickname Yu. Historically, I guess I'm probably better known as Yang Gufei. Oh gosh, this is embarrassing. Nice to meet you, I guess. Huh? Have I heard this introduction before? Acronize that name, Yang Gufei. Known far and wide peerless beauty during China's Tang Dynasty, and she became Emperor Shangzong Queen's consort. It is said that she set 100 men's heart aflame with a single smile, and while she's highly proficient in numerous fine arts. Is that why she has a musical instrument with her? Anyway, that Yang Gufei is in a nutshell. She's a beauty, so stunning, she influenced all of China as a true woman of the people. No, please, no more. I'm nothing like that, really. I'm just a commoner, the same nondescript, lychee loving village girl you find anywhere. And she unbelievably humble too, master. I can't help but be a little nervous around her. Still, as an acting vice commander of the ship, it's imperative I ask questions that needs answer. Yang Gufei, do you know why you materialize as a fortuner? Fortuner are extremely rare, even among the extra class, and there is still a lot we don't know about them. All we can say based on our experience is that fortuners can turn the very laws of this world on their heads. Fortunately, Abby and Hokusai know that what they are, and have kindly agreed to both keep themselves in check and help us with our mission. What about you, Yang Gufei? Do you understand that you are a highly unusual kind of being? Are you willing to keep your spirit origin under control? And most importantly, are you willing to help Master Yuki and us during these unprecedented dire circumstances? I'm happy to say my answer to our question is she. That is yes. Allow me to explain. First, I'm very aware that Heroic Spirit summoning system is meant for first and foremost to keep humanity safe. Next, my spirit origin. I appreciate you dancing around it, Mash, but the fact is, historically I'm a feminine fatale. So dangerous I could bring an entire nation to ruin, right? I can't deny there are some historians out there with that opinion, yes. It's fine. I don't love it, but it is what it is. Anyways, thanks to that. I do think I've been given the authority to wreak widespread havoc and destruction. Still, at least in this spirit origin, I feel terrible that I end up indirectly sparking a rebellion and would never go around hurting people like some sort of avenger. Also, since my beloved Emperor would obviously never want anything bad to happen to humanity, I'm not about to let some strange god get away with destroying them. So yes, I, you, swear to make use of all the power at my command to help you, Master. You can even use a command spell on me to make sure I do that if you like. No, I trust you. My name is Yuki, by the way. Yuki, great. Nice to meet you, Yuki. Now, would it be okay if I get work right away? Sure. But what's this about? I'm guessing it's because many people thought I was a great performer, but for whatever reason, I have really good hearing. You do? Then does that mean you can even hear what's happening outside the ship? In fact, ever since I got here, I've been hearing someone outside pounding on the ship and saying there are enemies coming. Someone outside the ship in the voice base? This could be perfect. Get the permission to exit the ship again. I'll go rescue her Brutus that is outside. Permission denied. I can't let you go there alone when we know there might be enemies nearby. If it's just me, I could move about like normal in void space too, but no, I can't. It wouldn't be safe for me to leave the ship when we still don't know what's going on. Not to worry. That should not be a problem anymore. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, what the heck kind of kicky stuff is happening here? They are transferring to my other self. I'll explain later. For the time being, now that we have more personnel, we can move about in voice space. We should have no issue defeating these enemies and securing this mysterious being outside the ship. What is this outfit? I cannot understand why my other self would ever choose to dress this way. Well, you got a summer outfit this year though. On JP. There you have it, Captain Nemo. What about the three-person team? I guess that could work. Alright, Acting Commander, it's your call. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Of course I'd like to send them out, but... I see. So you're going to be fighting close quarters battle in voice space. In that case, if I tweak this and change that. There you go, I think I can do something to help. What kind of something? Since this place's true nature seems to be something akin to the pitch dark depths of the sea by the false light, I use flame illusions that give off to imbue these enemies with an appropriate visual concept, thereby making them visible. Basically determine the enemy's position, size, and class through the sound they make, then project a nice visual on top. That should let you fight them without getting confused. It looks like Yangufu has a handle on our current situation. She's the best equipped to do something about it. I admit, I was worried about something at first, but it looks like we really did get the hero spirit we needed. Perfect.
Camp も楽しいですね、先輩。よいしょ。いいぞ。いいですよ。見せてやる。はい。しょ。何の
Archer, huh?
まっすぐですね。オッケー、ラジャー。ドッカーン。あと一つ。そうだ。あいて。コンタクト。移動だ。それもいいな。いいですよ。踊れ。いいですよ。じゃあ、オッケー。
A crab.
よーし、全部と城を立てちゃうぞ。神明凍結展開。これは多くの後。 多くの願いを受けた幻想の城、こうせよモールだ。やめろさ。おわ、もうダメだ。こんなら破れかぶれで突撃だ。終わりを全てなし、桜城正式ミリミリ大フレーバー。何のまっすぐですね。まっすぐですね。ドッカーン。はい、ごめんなさい。大丈夫。活動的に。
What? The second wave? That sucks.
オッケー。ラジャー。まっすぐですね。撃つぞ。ふっとべ。そうだ。たまには上品だ。さてラジャー。いいぞ、それもいいな。アタック。踊れ。そうだ。コンタクト。リロード。ゴーゴーゴー。オッケー。いいですよ。ファイヤー。ごめんなさい。カッティングスプレー。おー。それもいいな。まだまだ勝てるなよ。はしゃぎすぎ。あ、ラジャーかい。アタック。フットベリー。一斉表彰。説明書を読んだらカフラ打つよ。
Oh, what are you? Baddies stay alive.
全軍とラジャー。通信途絶。こうなったら全軍突撃。打って打って撃ちまくれ。船の桜城正式ミリミリナイトフェーバー。撃つぞ。フットベリー。ロケット準備。発射。この戦争は伝説に残る。
There you can see avoid enemies in our Vin City, as well as a vast expanse of land that looks like a sealed bed. Good work, but don't rely on this ability of mine too much. I can't visualize enemies I can't hear. Also, Tuckberry, you're seeing as a rough projection based on the reverberations that picks up during your battle. I'll refine it once. I use this Rebel Neva charts as a reference. In the meantime, now that the fight's over, you should save whoever's in trouble out there. Their voice has been getting weaker and weaker. I think they're still hanging the part side of the outer hull, but if they let go, well anyway, try to save them before that happens, Mash. Maybe I put out the ski boat thing and have them grab onto it. Some help this goddess is gonna be. Mash, you go and look for them, while I'll fold up a rescue team. As they're there, I see them. Good, cause I'm too nearsighted to tell. Lead the way. Right. There, I see them. Chiogami Rescue Squad, you're up. Accuracy monkeys. We Team Master, we rescued them. Way to go. Rescue Squad returning to ship. Requesting airlock access net continual. Richard granted, we'll give our new guests a proper welcome. You know Yuki is strange. This whole situation is early ludicrous, but I can't help but to be kind of excited. The voice is beyond deadly, and yet Someone was still drifting around it. What sort of person could do that? Well, we managed to rescue the mysterious castaway outside the ship. I could never imagine in my wildest dreams who they would turn out to be. Thank goodness, I thought I was going to end up disappearing into the void, like so much help. Kelp, that was a funny word. It's really tasty though. Kindness, thoughtfulness, I love people. Alright, I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm a fortunate servant. As you can see, my true name is Vangu. Report. It's been fire since the rescue operation. So far, there have been no further enemy attacks. Oh, Tanchi. Your course of action turned out to be correct. Acting Commander Yang Yufei has been a huge help, and the person was rescued and assisting us now too. I think we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And stop it, Captain. You're gonna make me blush. Thank you, though. I'll keep doing my best to be your eyes and ears. By the way, would it be possible for me to work outside the ship too? How do you make it so you and Osaka Hime could do that, Lady Goddess? What a swimsuit our ally from the moon sent us was in bed with this. I believe it's called a memory ship. There's a mysterious spell burned into it that appears to be, if not void magecraft, then something similar. When this chip is installed into spirit clothing, it makes wearer compatible with void space. Additionally, it improves their physical capabilities. However, the only servants who can make use of these outfits are those who possess swimsuit pure origins, or who have otherwise acquired swimsuit in the past. Unfortunately, the only such spirits here are Osaka Hime and Magia and I will. I'm sorry, but it was simply too soon for me to wear one. Still, if we're able to summon any other swimsuit servants at some point, I can ensure their clothing will be similar to void space compatible. I may not know much about modern day electronics, but I can still duplicate the entire chips with my room magecraft. Well, things from the engine room ain't looking great. We've been lucky enough to avoid any critical damage, but the driven train is still a mess since we are ground. We need to dry dock to even begin doing something about our crazy fuel inefficiency in that loudest shit engine rattling your head. And since we lost a whole ton of fuel, best not to expect any rapid maneuver or speed changes anytime soon. We got beds set up for everyone in the crew. Compartment. Meals might be a little basic though. Most of our food supply was lost along the fuel, so we're afraid of servants are gonna have to do with just the magical energy for a while. But hey, aside from that, everything's fine. We're really happy we got so many guests. Thanks everyone, then with that out of the way, let's talk about our biggest problem. Well, mystery really. I'm speaking of course Van Gogh. Is she really the Vincent Van Gogh, and is she really on our side? I test a sample of blood on Magecraft's size of things. Her spirit body is circling an unusual kind of ether at very high densities. Serbian blood is already very different from standard blood since it's homostatic magic entry meant to keep certain spirits working. A Van Gogh blood appears to be a step removed from that. While we're still waiting for the person to conduct her examination, I can say that Van Gogh's spiritron composition and the reactions are similar to a type of plant-based elixir. She may be a heroic spirit using a non-human body, like a special kind of homunculus for a vessel. By the way, the reason I've been using female pronouns for her is because, at least medically speaking, she's 100% well female. Well, that is not so unusual. That sort of thing happens in Chaldea quite frequently, does it not? Just because there's precedent for it doesn't mean it's not significant. Hasn't there always been a clear reason for why Sierra has materialized as gender other than the one they're generally known for have been? Yes, there has. There have been cases where a heroic spirit's legend was lost or altered, like with Alteria and Raiko. Others were summoned as a part of a unit, like Hokusai. And then there's Musashi, whose circumstances are entirely unique. But the common thread among them is that they are from the time periods with very few reliable records. But Vincent Van Gogh was a world-famous painter from the 19th century Holland and France, with ample history records, including his own self-portraits and even a few photographs to confirm he was male. Well, what did she have to say about herself? You talked to her a bit, right, Master? Well... You want to know what I was like when I was alive? Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. My life was really all that special. I couldn't hack it as either a salesperson or a missionary, so I just reached off my parents and my little brother. Theo and spent all my lifetime painting pictures that I never sold. There were a lot of painters I would have loved to be friends with, but my attempt to befriend Gauguin was kind of a disaster. After that, I kind of fell into a funk, and ultimately, well, I put a gun out to my chest out in the little village of over Sir Olsies. I never would have dreamed that my paintings would be so popular a whole century later. I'm sorry, I can't help but smile about that. Was there anyone I loved? Of course, there was Ki, who you might have heard thanks to her famous quote and saying, yes, there were women. Same-sex relationships? What are you talking about? I'm a woman, and Ki was, what were we talking about again? She did sound like Van Gogh, but something seems off. Right, details she shares do line up perfectly with the records of Vincent Van Gogh's life. But then there are great contradictions her gender brings up considering when Van Gogh lived. For example, the fact that Vincent is a male name, or the fact that her cohabitation with Paul Gauguin would have been tremendous scandal back then if she had been a woman. And then there are all her relationship troubles, the database list, as those all involve other women too. I don't think she's lying to us, but she definitely seems like a mix-up about her memories. That said, she just seems to be fully cognizant of the fact that she's a woman. Maybe she's a female Van Gogh from another world. She could be from a parallel world where we should live a similar life to our Van Gogh. If that's the case, I can think of 3 possibilities. 1, she's an unrelated person. We truly believe she's Vincent Bangu too. She's Bangu, but her gender and memories are scrambled by spirit origin abnormality. And Free, she's actually an enemy who's been lying about being Vincent Bangu. What do you think, Master? I'm not sure, but I think she's... But I don't think she's our enemy. No way, Hokusai materialized too? Really? I'd love to meet her. I'm a huge fan of Japan. In fact, Japanese artists were a huge influence on my work. I don't know much about Fortuner stuff, but if you form a contract with me, I'll be glad to do anything you do to help. It's a little worrying that she doesn't seem to realize she's a Fortuner. At least she's not hostile. Right. In the meantime, whether she's the real Bangu or not, she's already shared some valuable information about voice beats with us. We're still analyzing what she has given us, but at this point, it looks to be about 99% accurate. My hypothesis is that she was essentially born knowing things about voice space by virtue of having neutralized here. What's more, she obviously already proven that she can move about voice space freely even without a compatibility chip. So we can say for sure she possesses protections pertaining to the seas that are at least as strong as ours, or Nemo's. Given those abilities as well as the information she's given us, it seems like she could be a valuable asset in battle. Since she's a servant, that decision is entirely up to you, Master. You're in charge of the ship now, aren't you? After all. What do you want to do? I should form a temporary contract with her. I see, your mind is made it up as a sea turtle shell is hard, Master. Oops, I guess I kinda sounded like Captain Nemo there, didn't I? For further analogies, you might try seeing snail tooth. Very tough, those are... But I digress. A temporary contract, huh? Understood, we should be able to scrounge enough resources to keep one more servant. With that being said, everyone, would you mind excusing us for a bit? I'd like to talk to the acting commander in private. I'm afraid that goes over to acting vice commander. I'd like to ask you to stand guard to make sure nobody else overhears us. Oh whoa, this must be really important. Alright, understood. Okay, Professor, put it up an audio jamming bounded field for us, so not even Yang Goofy should be able to overhear. Alright, Master, what I'm about to tell you is a little, well, sensitive, but if I'm going to serve you properly, I think you should know. I think I might know who that servant really is. That darn field is causing so much static, I can't hear a thing. Wish I knew what they were talking about. Aren't you curious, Your Excellency, acting vice commander Curelite? Just Mash is fine, please. Okay then, Mash, what do you think of Captain Master are talking about all about by themselves? I think they're probably discussing some verifying particulars of this operation, so it makes sense they want to keep things confidential. I see. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, can you do? Politics is always ridiculous, complicated hornet nest, no matter the issue or era. So instead, don't depressing stuff like that, and rather talk about something exciting like romance. Tell me, what do you think make of those two prospects? Huh? Are you saying Captain Nemo and Master are involved? I have no proof, of course, but that doesn't mean the idea of a commander abusing their authority to have private tit-tit-tit with a subordinate just sounds dreamy. No, it does not. You guys look like you were taking a break, so I brought you some drinks. Thank you, it looks delicious. Oh, that tastes so odd. Is this modern alcohol? It sure does. That's a cocktail called a death charge. Don't worry, these are non-alcoholic. The captain loves to chug these down when nobody else is around. How? What a lovely drink that everyone can enjoy. How about you, Mash? Do you like it? This is terrible. If I drink anything called a cocktail, whoa, I don't think I've seen anyone be so affected by non-alcoholic stuff so quickly. Your face is pink as a peach. Our heart rate and blood pressures are rising rapidly. Ratio of facility declining. Oh no, if I don't do something soon, I'll be overcome with the urge to burst into the bridge and grill masters with questions. I need to shut myself down immediately, if not sooner. Button, where's the button? Look at this. I was looking through the storeroom and happened to find this self-destruct switch. Shion certainly has a sense of humor, including something like this among our... Perfect, thank you, Mash. Outclick. What'd you just click? Oh, what was that? It's the backup computer room. Someone just activated the self-destruct device we made for April Fools. Why would you make something like that? I told Chino it was a bad idea, but she insisted it would be harmless. What's the damage, Marine? What? Everyone here is burned to crisp, but otherwise we're fine. How can you call this fine? How are you going to fix my poor hair? Owie, my ears hurt, huh? Wait, this ring isn't from the explosion. Uh-oh. Okay, everyone, can the comic relief? There's a ton of enemies headed our way. What? Oh, here's here. Forgot to mention this earlier, but void sea monsters are actually really sensitive to sound. So you want to start by out here. You really shouldn't make any loud noise. Sorry, I laugh when I'm nervous. Alright, which of you is ready to deploy? Mash is painted. Osakabe is missing. Damn, she must have a runaway. Very well, I should just go out there again myself. Marines, bring me the strongest liquor you got. Might help me forget my shame. Even you do that with that, I still can't send only one servant out there alone. Very well then, how about this? What's going on? Why did my outfit change all of a sudden? I'm a bit of weight capability spell in your clothing. It's a little rough since you haven't yet to undergo an ascension, but it should be enough for you to operate outside the ship. Really, shishi. With this new ascension form, I can help out outside the ship too. I like to go outside as well. Huh? You would? Are you sure you can? Oh yes, I'm already compatible with voice space, and my brush is itching for some action, so would be okay if we permanent contract, Lord Yuki? Probably not, huh? I could attract any patrons. I trust it's okay with you, Captain. Contract's the domain master, but I can tell you, if I had any objections to her joining the crew, I'd voice him before we rescued her. Vincent Van Gogh. Yes, you got a contract. What? 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 This is awesome. I promise I'll do my best. Oh damn you. I was about to enter battle. The login bonus. Why you have to have her now? Seven enemies left. Why so much HP?
そうだそうだそうだ買いかぶりですよ会心の出来です嬉しいいいよ書きます大盤振る舞いやっちゃうぞ買いかぶりですよそれもいいなやっちゃうぞ
Four more enemies. Oh, see what MP did.
書きます。ナイチだ。大盤振る舞い塗って塗ってほどほどにね。いざや舞い守りて踊り打ちかかりてはことびきましょう天正ウイ気力礼にえいやもてなしましょうそうだそうだ、いいよえいもてなしましょういいよほどほどにねやったーさあ温泉温泉
Hooray, we won! I knew I could kick butt in combat. And I have to say, Vangu, you and I fight really well together. You're amazing, Vangu. Say, would you mind if I call you Gui? Huh? This is great. I always wanted to try collaborating with an artist from a different culture. Huh. I knew it. I cannot abide this shame. No, I must find Osakabe and drag her from hiding, whatever it takes. My bad runaway enemy. She must have caught on to the tactics I was about to suggest. What tactic? We sent her out to perform reconnaissance by firing at her out of a torpedo tube. That's funny. No! I captured a deserter, Captain. This should make up for my crimes. Somehow improve the acting vice commander by giving her a non-alcoholic cocktail, right? Good work, Marine, but it doesn't. You there, other Marine. Have the culprit write a formal apology after tickling his armpit for 600 seconds. Aye aye, sir, I'll tickle the heck out of him. S.A. Alright, returning to the matter, Osakabe Hime, serving as the focus for a groundbreaking sonar substitute. Yeah, flaying around. Well, you all might explain how it will work. As has been recently demonstrated, voice pieces overrun with vicious moshes that are sensitive to sound. Can someone please put this in English? Allow me then. Just so there's no confusion, it's best if you think of the voice space we're in now as something completely different from the original voice space. You see, the idea that voice space was always full of dangerous reefs and monsters is simply too divergent from current theories in Magecraft. With the information we have now, the most likely explanation is that someone tampered with this void space to make it observable, then scattered Reap's monster all through it. I'm curious about what that someone can do and what their goal might be. It's not relevant to our current predicament. More importantly, the fact that these monsters are sensitive to sound would seem to indicate that they're well acclimated to this new void space characteristic. It's like a noble chaos here divided itself into waters, arcade, and monsters of logos. Ms. Vangu's explanation may not be entirely clear, so to elaborate. Operation occupied void space seems to have split into two clear types of entities thanks to our ability to observe void space now. If we were to compare this void space to a painter's palette, both the monsters and the reefs would have been made out to fake paint, and the rainbow light that now permeates the space would be made up of thin plant. The rainbow light is dangerous, so much so that this viewing it with the naked eye is risky, but it also possesses other notable characteristics. I'm referring to as light, but that is just for simplicity's sake. It isn't actually light. Its luminescence is not illusionary, which is why it doesn't emulate anything, and it refuses to let our retain its true image. Like Miss Gang Goofy said, this place is essentially pitch dark. If anything, the rainbow light we're seeing now, the thin paint, if you will, is more like water in its consistency. So although it has the same density as air, it also swells, leaks, and vibrates water, which means it's very good at carrying sound. That explains why these void monsters are more sensitive to sound than light. Seems reasonable. So using the propellants and engaging in combat to say nothing of the observed commotion of a moment ago will all attract enemies. I'm sorry everyone, I'm so sorry. Okay, now I get it, I think. So basically this is pure submarine warfare. We're stuck in deep sea, devoid of light, and we basically have to find our enemies by sound alone, without making any noise that could give away our own position. Unfortunately, that does mean we're incredibly disadvantaged in numerous ways. First and foremost, Thanatos, in her current shape, even starting the engine could make enough sound to trigger an attack. Second, the enemy seems to be generally lie immobile and only attack when they notice us. That's for sure. I was drifting around here for a long time, and hey, they didn't do anything to me. But if you make a sound anything from the little guys who just attacked us, things bigger than this entire ship will be on us like a paint on canvas. Must have been the large enemies that were blasting us with no phantasm level attacks, though we still don't know exactly what those attacks were. Anyway, we know there are a lot more of them than there are of us. They got us surrounded and they're just waiting for us to make sound so they can find and attack us. Meanwhile, our radar out of commission. The goofy hearing is all we have to guide us, and with that, the enemy is not making any sounds of their own. We have no choice but to do ourselves. You mean like active sonar, where you send out a sound and determine your enemy's position by how long it waits to bounce back? That'd be really dangerous. Right, if we were to do that right now, it would be obviously draw the enemy's attention, so that option's off the table. Which is where Osakabe comes in. Beyond the field, no phantasm, and the divination she used to prepare for it are really quite remarkable. In a sense, she performs very wide area curve space, scan to distinguish friends from foe before firing her no phantasm. It is like the third eye that relies on neither sound nor sight. With this ability, we can locate our enemies while remaining completely quiet. I think it's a ideal solution. But to do that, you're gonna shoot me out in the void, see all by myself, right? That's way too exciting, I mean, dangerous for our blood. Of course, we're not gonna send you out there by yourself without any way to get back. It just looks like we are. Oh crap, now Captain's actually thinking about doing it. No, I don't want to shine... You're a survival game expert, then you must understand how important recon is. Well, yeah, I do get that. I guess I just hoped for an indoor option? I still do my best to make that happen. Now what's the radius on your bound field scan? Let's see, it sends out to about Himeji Kasho, inner mode, so maybe 600 meters or so. It looks like the naval chart Lord Shangyu left for us is at 600 square kilometers. Damn it, there's no way to run. At least make sure I'll have a way to get back safe, and reward if I pull this off. Onegaishimasu, Machan. If you pull this off, you can use my commands to any way you like. Reverse commands field play. I didn't even know that was a thing. Master, are you sure it's safe to give Osaka Bikini that much freedom? Don't worry, it is baddie we're talking about here. Are you sure? Remember I once masterminded pretty badass cope as the lord of Shijipurimi Castle. Okay, Captain, if this means I'll get to do anything I want to get read command spell from Machan, then I'll do it. Great, that takes us over solar substitute. Our ultimate objective is to reach the escape point General Shangyu laid out for us, and our immediate goal is to seize control of every region on the way. Professor already come up with a route and identified 4 areas that we'll need to pass through on our way to our goal. Until we can ensure region safe, we'll have to. The analyst remain on standby and is pre-parry and send Osaka out to probe the sea area. Once she's determined an enemy location, we'll have her, Vangu, and Yangufe swim over and wait them in close quarter combat. Okay, whether it be sea or fight, you can count on me, you to help. I'll do my best to. Acting Vice Commander Mash, you remain on board as our last line of defense against any extremely dangerous attacks we may face. Scout like Scotty, I'd like you to work with Professor as our head of engineering. Is that alright with you too? Of course, I'll do whatever it takes to restore my honor. That is alright with me too, but are you sure we have the time it would take to enact this plan? As I recall, we only have enough fuel for 100 or so more hours now. You're right, but we don't have any other choice for the time being. We just have to keep working on repairs and try to think of a better plan as we go. Let's start with the region we're in right now. For better or worse, this area is fairly narrow, so it should be an ideal to determine whether our strategy is viable. Once we're finished sweeping the area for enemies, we'll see how much energy we use. Who's tugging my sleeve? Captain, why does everyone here look like the grandma army about to go up against General Winter? You know, that's a perfect analogy. The fact is, we're running low on resources, so we're going to have to lose power through empty stomachs. How does that mean we don't have any food? That's right, we don't have nearly enough food for most important metro energy. While we're at it, we also don't have enough metal or chemical substance for all the repairs we need. I don't know about anything with ship repairs. I think we might be fine when it comes to freedom magical energy. What do you mean? We can just eat the Logos monsters, like I did when I was drifting around. She's right. It turns out the void enemies we defeated can be processed into both high priority magical energy and food. But from here on, the combat team will also officially double the resource. The pro-current team. Alright, acting commander, give the order. Codename Imaginary Scramble. How? Okay everyone, let's get our first sortie started. No. Well, stop already, you're something of a goddess yourself, right? Start acting like one. But nobody told me I was gonna be tethered to the ship with monster intestines. It's alright, the guts we collected from the large enemies are more than strong enough to serve as a lifeline. In fact, we may even be able to use these parts to repair the ship. Be proud, Osaka-be. Thanatos' fate is in your hands, hehe. What's so fun? Admit it! You're enjoying this, aren't you? You baka status goddess. Oof.
そこだね。焦らず着実に改造を埋めていこう。よし、探索用お坂部姫発射。泣き言は後で聞く。
One enemy.
よし、探索用お坂部姫発射。泣き言は後で聞く。
Then there's need to farm from the request to get more materials. Because I don't feel like doing it right now. And it's pretty late for me as well. I'll continue this another day. So thanks for those who stopped by and those who lurks as well. Anyways, see you guys another day.